Yo, what is happening, viewers? It's your boy Devin here, and today we're going to do a reaction to 10 best WWE matches of 2016. So without further ado, let's go and get our reaction on.
They made me take Lesnar versus Goldberg off the list. They made me. It's a moment, not a match. Shut up, you hipsters. It generates one of the most violent, guttural reactions of any wrestling match all year. You're afraid to feel dead inside, snarky motherfucker.
That was really trash.
So we're rapidly approaching the end of the year, which means it's a time when all the pop culture sites look back over the bloodthirsty dickhead that was 2016 and start making their own top 10 lists. Well, in your face, jerks, we've been making top 10 lists all year. What is the point I'm making? Don't think about that, though. Think about this. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and here are the 10 best WWE matches of 2016. Warning, opinions incoming. Number 10, the IC ladder match WrestleMania 32. Way back in June, when Andrew Sachs and Leonard Cohen were still with us, goddamn this year, we published a list of the best wrestling matches of the year so far from across all promotions. This match was number 10 then, and it's still number 10 now. Don't worry, the rest of the list is almost entirely different. Dad. Now, the Intercontinental title has seen a whole lot of loving this year. Owens Ambrose at the Rumble was great. The Fatal 4-Way Extreme Rules is probably number 11 on this list, and there's one more we'll get into in just a little bit. Ooh, what could it be? But this majorly memorable Manic Multi-Man Metal Mayhem match was as fun to watch as this sentence has been to say. It had a lot going on, a shock win, Sami Zayn going mental, Kevin Owens going dead. No one had a bad showing, which is saying something for a Sin Cara match. Hi-yo! I mean, what's he going to do, punch me backstage? Probably yes. Most ladder matches are storyless plot fest, but the Zayn-Owens drama gave this match the emotional spine to elevate it above all other ladder matches this year and make it very nearly the best match at WrestleMania. But not quite. Number 9, the men's elimination match, Survivor Series. 53 gosh darn minutes, a Shield reunion, Ellsworth getting thrown across the room, and Rowan being pinned clean. Tick, tick, tick. That's a lot of items off my Christmas list.
Last year's Survivor Series match was kind of epic. Seeing the Shield reunite for one night only, you know, triple powerbomb to the table, and Raw's, SmackDown's SmackDown Survivor Series match was really good. I knew that they was gonna win it because, you know, like I said, SmackDown is a better brand.
Last year, Survivor Series was definitely the run to the Big Four litter. This year, WWE's second oldest institution slammed its gigantic gentles on the table and shouted, "Someone get me a f***ing pint." All the elimination matches were stellar this year, but purely for the sheer amount of stuff crammed into this behemoth of a match, the men's has to take its place on the list. You had that frog splash that turned into an RKO, Bray Wyatt getting the final pinfall, Chris Jericho's list getting destroyed. Yes. Number 8, Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens Battleground. Well, the whole last time everything turned out to be a heap of nonsense bollocks, with the two men having an admittedly great match on Raw the other week. But Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens' so far final pay-per-view encounter was their best in WWE and a fitting end to a year-long rivalry. Now, some may consider it a bit cheesy in places, but if you ask me to sum up precisely what I love about wrestling, it would be the final moments of the Zayn-Owens match from Battleground. Zayn kicks Owens, but catches him before he falls, looks at him, thinks of every little goddamn fucking thing that Owens put him through since NXT, he says, and he kicks him again. I love that. I really love that. Oh, and the whole match leading up to that point was beautifully paced, vicious, and compelling, which helps. Number 7, Becky Lynch versus Charlotte versus Sasha Banks, WrestleMania 32.
Awesome.
If 2015 was the year of the Divas Revolution, 2016 was the year of women's wrestling. There's been a host of fantastic women's matches this year, and if the list extended to a top 20, there's no doubt that Asuka versus Bayley at TakeOver Dallas, Sasha versus Charlotte at SummerSlam, and their Falls Count Anywhere match a few weeks ago on Raw would have made the list, but none tops that triple threat match at WrestleMania.
Women's division nowadays on Raw, it's all about Sasha Banks and Charlotte playing hot potatoes, and that's what really bugs me about, you know, in today's day and age. And I just think it's time for Raw Women's division just let the other females take the spot, compete for the #1 contender spot and for the women's championship title. I'm getting tired of seeing Sasha Banks and Charlotte. That was last year. I'm glad that crap ended. So now we get to see Charlotte and Bayley for the women's title, if that happens. Now, I wanted to see how well that's going to turn out, because Charlotte is by far one of the best heel female wrestlers in 2016. Because she was the only female who had a flexibility and development despite of her being Ric Flair's daughter, which nobody cares about, all I care about is her being a great champion and a great heel character. To me, Charlotte was 2016.
Mania, aka the best match on the whole card, Fight Me. The match felt enormous, with Snoop Dogg himself serenading his first cousin Sasha Banks down to the ring. 3/4 of the four horsewomen then proceed to steal the show from their penis colleagues, and some may have disagreed with the final result, but the grappling was truly worthy of the biggest show of the year. Number 6, Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz, No Mercy. This time last year, if you told me that Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz would have been one of the feuds of the year, I would have beaten you to death with a dog. One of the key benefits of WWE's brand split has been the extra time it's afforded certain superstars, and The Miz and Dolph Ziggler have been two of the main beneficiaries of that. Maurice and The Miz are probably the best heel act in the whole company right now, and for a period of weeks, Ziggler was knocking out the most impassioned promos in the entire company. When the two met at No Mercy in a title versus career match, the fans were so invested that it was almost impossible for the two men to...
Dolph Ziggler just turned heel, which is by far one of the best moments that can ever happen to SmackDown. And all I gotta say is thank God he's not playing this, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, this is my biggest chance of doing this and that, babyface type of character. You know what I'm saying? I kind of got tired of the babyface because you could tell that his character was starting to get really stale. So I pretty much think that was a great way of him turning heel, because we haven't seen Ziggler being heel in what, years now? So I think this was a great way of him becoming a heel, in my opinion.
Anything less than a great bout. The pair have fantastic chemistry, and when coupled with the high and actually unpredictable stakes, loads of people thought Ziggler was on his way out. It was a true edge-of-your-seat encounter. Number 5, Cedric Alexander versus Kota Ibushi, the Cruiserweight Classic. The CWC was a very nice thing, but I don't think anyone expected it to be quite as nice as it was, which was a very nice thing indeed. It featured a handful of matches that could have conceivably been Match of the Year candidates. The final between Gran Metalik and TJ Perkins, Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa, Zack Sabre Jr. versus WCPW Total Legend Noam Dar, but it's a quarter-final match between Cedric Alexander versus the gold star of New Japan, Kota Ibushi, that just barely pipped the rest. Beyond the stakes of the CWC, there's not much story here, but there's enough. If you've ever wanted to see a top-quality Ring of Honor style match in WWE, look no further. It's false fucking finish o'clock, motherfuckers, with uncanny feats of athleticism to leave your boozle so bammed it'll never be right again. For anyone unfamiliar with either wrestler, the match made both men, with the crowd bellowing, "Please sign Cedric" after the bell, so loudly the Triple H came out from backstage to say, yeah, alright then. Number 4, The Revival versus #DIY TakeOver Brooklyn 2. Jesus Unicycling Christ, there was some good tag team wrestling this year. American Alpha won the NXT Tag Team Championships in magnificent fashion. The New Day took their reign to record levels. Sheamus and Cesaro have been entertaining as hell, but no one can touch the twin teams of The Revival and #DIY. They've wrestled at NXT TakeOvers twice this year, and both matches were utterly breathtaking. At Brooklyn 2, they met in a regular match, but in terms of psychology, passion, escalation of tension, it was very nearly the best match of the entire SummerSlam weekend. No joke, the false finishes being thrown around were some of the absolute best of the year, and if WWE are smart, they'll be playing that match and repeating the Performance Center for the next decade. And then, unbelievably, they would top it. Number 3, AJ Styles versus John Cena at SummerSlam. A match so good, it broke SummerSlam. Fans bellowed so much throughout Styles Cena, they had nothing left to give for most of the rest of the pay-per-view. What elicited so much passion from the crowd? Well, some matches you love because they're breathless displays of star power and physicality. Some matches you love because they make a statement. This match did both. You see, normally when guys go into the company and enter into a feud with John Cena, everyone gets very sad because they know what's going to happen. They might win one match, sure, but then Big Boy Big John will win 5 and they'll be sent back down the card. It's also known as the Rusev effect, the Kevin Owens effect, the Bray Wyatt effect, or the Umaga effect, and everyone thought it was coming for AJ Styles, but no, at SummerSlam, in the middle of the ring, clean as a fucking whistle, he pinned him.
Yes.
Fans were beside themselves with joy, and AJ was an instantly made man. Number 2, Nakamura versus Zayn, TakeOver Dallas. So close. It was so close to being number 1. Considering that half a year has passed of NXT being, let's be fair, not quite as good as it used to be, which has dulled some people's enthusiasm for the King of Strong Style just a smidge, you might be surprised this match is still so high up the list of this year's best matches, but watch it again. Then come back and apologize. It's still a marathon of hype, chemistry, and pure joy. Simple and brutal, athletic and awesome. It's a dose of pure wrestling spectacle and inches away from being the best match of the year. And number 1, The Revival versus #DIY 2 out of 3 falls TakeOver Toronto. 1 match was great, 3 is superb. The men's elimination match put up stiff resistance, but this was the match of the Survivor Series weekend. Hands down, no question. Seriously, fight me. The Revival #DIY.
I don't watch the NXT matches and stuff because I don't have the WWE network. The problem with that is you gotta pay the bills and all that. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to pay $10 a month for a network? That's like 10 times worse than paying Netflix. And thank God I don't have Netflix. If I did, I would be paying the bills too. Here's the thing. If I were to have the network right now, I would definitely tell you how I really feel about it. But for right now, I'll just stick to TV programming. You know what I'm saying?
One more time and blew the wrestling world apart in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the NXT Tag Team Championships. The rematch was longer, more intense, equally unpredictable, with fans unsure if DIY would win or lose again and implode. It once again featured a steady and masterful raising of temperature as the match rocketed towards its conclusion, and yet again, the match could have realistically ended about half a dozen times. While the heels coming out on top might have dampened some fans' enthusiasm for the quartet's first encounter, the undiluted eruption of joy when #DIY finally took the gold elevated the match above its Brooklyn counterpart. Seriously, it's tag team perfection, and in my opinion, and it is just my opinion, it's the Stone Cold match of the year. WCPW presents Kirby Mania, Liverpool, January the 5th, featuring Cody Rhodes versus Zack Sabre Jr. for the WCPW Internet title, Marty Scurll versus Gabriel Kidd, and Lana Austin versus Eva Lise. Also featuring all your favorite WCPW stars, including Bully Ray, the local hero Joe Hendry, Rampage, Moss and Slater, the WCPW champion Drew Galloway, and the man himself, Martin Kirby. Kirby Mania, live and for free on YouTube, 7:30.
That was really funny. But you know what though, I think 2016 was by far the worst year of everything, from the politics, celebrity deaths, sports companies, WWE, and you know what? Despite some of the bad that happened last year, in the WWE right now, but there were some good moments, like some matches. Sasha, John Cena's finally losing some matches, which is a good thing. Seth Rollins was the year. Kevin Owens and Jericho were the top stars of 2016 on Raw. You know, Jericho's list thing, I think that was really epic though. So just know what though, I think 2016 was also a great year for WWE. Some of the great matches, but sometimes it still sucked. That's just how I feel. Anyways, I hope you all enjoy my reaction video. Make sure to subscribe. Leave your comments down below and some likes. Until then, I'll see you all later.